And I was so excited because I was called by the James Whitcomb Riley Foundation, the Riley Child Home, to come and sing at the wreath laying at his grave. So I thought, they'd probably have me do When the Frost is on the Pumpkin, or there was a cherry tree, which is this sort of beautiful sort of reflective thing about a man, and the fact that, just the fact that he got to be a boy, and there was a bluebird on the cherry tree, and there were cherries enough for both he and the bird. It's a beautiful sign. I thought, and I got real choked, got verklempt when I got the phone call. And Sidney Bankson said, "What are you, idiot? You did a whole CD of his poems. You think, who else are they going to ask to sing at the wreath laying?" Most people who knew him thought, he died in the early 1900s, and at the time when he was laid in state in the Capitol Rotunda, 30,000 people came to say goodbye to him. He was the children's poet. He was probably our first unofficial poet laureate in this country. But he never got respect from you East Coast people. So anyway, so I thought, this is really exciting. They're going to have me do something, and I'm going to get, So this is the song they had me do. It's called The 9 Little Goblins. And they all have their body parts mixed up. They all climbed up on the high board fence, 9 little goblins with green glass eyes, 9 little goblins that had no sense and couldn't tell coppers from Goldman's pies. And they all climbed up on the fence and sat, and I asked them what they were staring at. Goblins, they're everywhere. And the first one said as he scratched his head with a queer little arm that reached out of his ear and wrapped its claws in his hair so red, "This little arm is fur." And he scratched and he stared, and the next one said, "How on earth do you scratch your head?" And he laughed like the screech of a rusty hinge, laughed and laughed till his face turned black, and when he choked with a final twinge of stifling laughter, he thumped his back with a fist that grew on the end of his tail till his breath came back to his lips so pale. And the third little goblin leered round at me, and there were no lids on his eyes at all, and he clucked one eye and says he, "What is the style of your socks this fall?" And he clapped his hands on his side to see he had hands where his feet should be. Now my favorite verse. Then a bald-faced goblin, gray and grim, bowed his head, and I saw him slip his eyebrows off as I looked at him and paste them over his upper lip. And then he moaned in remorseful pain, "Oh, would I had me brows again." Oh, 9 little goblins, green glass eyes, 9 little goblins, I'm gonna do it till you laugh. And then the whole of the goblin band rocked on the fence top to and fro, and clung in a low row hand in hand, singing the songs that they used to know, singing the songs that their grandsire sung in the goo-goo days of the goblin tongue. And ever they kept their green glass eyes fixed on me with a stony stare, till my own grew glazed with dread surmise, and my hat whooped high on my lifted hair. And I felt the heart in my breast snap too, as you've heard the lid of a snuff box do. And they sang, "You're asleep, there's no board fence, never a goblin with green glass eyes, 'tis only a vision the mind invents after a supper of cold mince pies. And you're doomed to dream this way," they said, "and you shan't wake up to your clean plum dead, clean plum dead."